Hey everyone, it's me Joji, and today we're going to be upgrading the Charizard EX League Battle deck. Where are the cards? I'm just joking, I actually already have it unpackaged, and for a bit of a good reason. This was a deck that I took to Pokemon World Championships in Anaheim this year, 2025. And what I did is I took some of the cards from the EX Battle deck and some of the cards I already had and essentially turned it into a deck that I wanted to use for side events. So the upgrade I'm going to be showing you is what I used at the event to play side events, but there is a version of the deck that I will say is probably much better because it actually got top 4 at this year's World Championships. So what I'll be showing you is what I built, but also the cards that you can include in order to make this into that top 4 deck for yourself. And of course, right after all of this, we're going to be showing some gameplay, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so what we used for our deck, we'll start off with a Pokemon, is 2 Charizard EX here. These are the same ones as the ones that come with the EX Battle deck, but they're the full art ones. These are the ones that come from the deck, the Charmeleons with Flame Veil on them. And then these Charmanders came with that box as well. So it's a 3-2-2 line of Charmander Charizard EX. And then I followed it up with 2 Pidgeot EX, a single Pidgeotto, and 2 Pidgey. Now, there are going to be some Pokemon that are way better options than this, and this is the stuff I'm going to show you that the top 4 deck did instead of what came with the League Battle deck. Moving on though, we have our Dusclops line with 1 Dusknoir, 1 Dusclops here, and then 2 Duskull to follow up there. And then our remaining 1-ofs are going to be Cleffa, Chi-Yu right here, Bezendipity, and Shaman. And that's going to be all our Pokemon that we're going to be using for this deck. And there are going to be some major changes in this lineup here, but let's move on to the supporters that we're using. So we are running 4 Arven in our deck, followed by 3 Iono, 2 Boss's Orders, and then 1-ofs. We have Briar, we have Jacques, Professor's Research, and Professor Turo's Scenario. Now moving on to item cards, we're going to start off with 4 Buddy Buddy Poffin, which is usually common for decks that have this many 70 or lower HP Pokemon. We have 3 Ultra Ball, and then we have 3 rare candies. You can choose any flavor rare candy you like for the artwork. I chose those because I think those came with the deck. 2 Counter Catcher. We have 2 Super Rod, and I personally like using the old school Super Rod artwork. A single Nest Ball, a Seeker Box instead of the Prime Catcher that comes with the deck. And then for our Poke Tools, we have TM Evo, a Defiance Span, and Air Balloon, which is a newer card that came out in black and white. Following up, we have 2 Artisan to help us grab our Pokemon, which are going to get hidden back there, so I'm going to move them here. And then finishing up, we have our Energy. I decided to run 5 total Fire Energy plus a single Mist Energy. Now, this honestly was a fun deck to use in side events. My best score that I went was 3-1, but initially I had gone 2-2. But that's because I hadn't run Charizard EX in quite a while. I had mostly been doing Goldingo and Dragapult and a little bit of Gardevoir on the ladder, but for the most part this was completely new for me, so I needed to rememorize how to play this deck essentially. But now for the changes that the top 4 deck did. Let me go ahead and get some of these organized. Here are the Pokemon that they decided to use. So they added in another Charizard EX, right, to go. So it would be a 3-2, actually not a 3-2. Yeah, it's still 3-2. Oh, sorry, 4-2-3, essentially. So they would be using a new Charmander added into there for a total of 4. Instead of those Charmeleons, they chose this one instead, which does have a bit more HP. So it's easier, more difficult to knock out rather than the 90 HP one over here. And Flame Veil really doesn't come in handy that often, so it made sense to use the higher HP ones. Keep in mind, I believe that one's from Paldean Fates, and I forget the original set it's from. This one is from Mew, which, funny enough, this one, there's another one that's 70 HP that sometimes gets flipped into here. But this is the ideal Charmeleon to use for Charizard EX. And of course, the added Charizard EX there. So it would turn into a 4-2-3 line for the Charizard there. I'm going to set these up right there. Now, instead of using these Pidgeys right here, they opted in for the Obsidian Flames Pidgey. And I only had this artwork and also only this Pidgey. They replaced it with 2, so I decided to just draw my own. This is the style of the original artwork, if you've ever seen it. I'll put it up on the screen too, so you know which one I'm talking about. But the more important thing here is it has 60 HP, which is way more, not way more, but more importantly, it is higher than 50. So let's say a Dragapult tries to knock you out, it has to commit all those damage counters to a single Pidgey, or also the Dusclops only does 50 or 5 damage counter, so it wouldn't be enough to knock out one of these Pidgey right here. So that's one of the reasons that top 4 used this Pidgey instead of this Pidgey here. So Obsidian Flames ones over the Mew ones. I'm gonna drop these right here in front of these Pidgeys. Now, moving on to the changes for our trainer cards. They added in a boss's orders, and I think they took out the professor's research. In my case, you would take that out and add another boss's orders. And then instead of using the secret box, they opted in for maximum belt to do more damage to their opponent's EX Pokemon. Honestly, it's probably a better choice. I chose secret box because that way I can get, more of the Pokemon I need sooner. But I do understand wanting to just knock things out immediately. So instead of using the Defiance Band, you could use the Maximum Belt. And they also decided to use 6 Fire Energy instead of just 5, which honestly is probably a good idea. There were times in some of my matches where I had to obviously use Chi-Yu to get back some of those discarded Fire Energy. And ideally, you don't want to have them discarded. Just have them ready once you play your Charizard EX to put them on. So if you're missing some or if they're prized, you would rather have more energy than less energy, of course, in that situation. So we're going to show some gameplay right now, and it's going to be gameplay based off of the top 4 deck, not the deck I use, which honestly is probably a little bit worse than the top 4 one because, that one got top 4 at Worlds. So I'll show you that one instead, obviously. But you can build either one. I will be posting specifically the top 4 one in there, but if you wanted to follow what I used, go ahead and maybe go back in the video to see before I started putting these cards with the adjustments onto there. But let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Well, I lost the coin flip, so we'll see what they decide to do. I will be going first. Okay, that's, I think, ideal for me if I get a good hand. That in fact is not a good hand to start with. But we'll try and roll with it. We do have Artisan to help us here, at least. So we'll do that. Artisan. Go for Charmander at least. We'll attach for turn. And I think we pass. We can get evolved next turn, so that's at least good. Looks like we're playing against Gardevoir. We will be knocking out this Mew immediately. Looks like they're discarding their energy quickly. There's already 2 in the discard. Let's see what else they play. Ultra Ball for 2 more discard? Yeah, okay. Are they going straight for... No, just another routes, okay. But they are going to be using Restart here. For at least 1. Unless they can get another card out of their hand. Just for 1, okay. And Iono, oh, come on. This was a decent hand, too. Okay, well, I mean, we do get another Charizard EX. I don't know what we would be able to get here. Maybe we top deck? That's not a top deck. Alright, we're gonna Artisan. We're gonna get a Pidgey. I'm gonna drop another Charmander down. Attach an energy. I'm debating getting rid of these here. Or maybe a Duskull. Or I can get one of these turned into a Charmeleon. Get rid of Pidgeotto and Charmander. I think I do that. I'll grab a Charmeleon. Just double check what else we have. Plus this also gets our deck shuffled. So that's nice. Okay, all our energies in the deck or somewhere else. I could have gotten rid of the Charizard, but I think it's safer this way. Okay, we just pass. Let's see how quickly they set up here. Gardevoir did just win, I believe, the Frankfurt Regionals. And of course it did win the World Championships. So there are a lot of people currently playing Gardevoir EX. Setting up the other Munkidori. Do they have anything else? Research. Okay. They probably get Curlia somehow here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it says 6. Putting up Munkidori? Are they going for a Mind Bend? Ah, TM Evo. Okay, makes sense. Fair enough. We need a good draw here. Because we can't retreat Fez. Well, we can retreat if we attach one of the energies to it. I guess we could do that. That's a nice draw, but it's not going to help us, I think. You know what? Let's get a Duskull, I think. No, you know what? Let's get a second Pidgey. Get that ready. Put that down. I guess we can get Munkidori here. I don't like the idea of doing that, but that's fine. Attach one here. Attach one here. Attach one there. Retreat. Drop you. Nothing worth doing there, I think. Let's just go for the attack. Hopefully it's a good trainer card here. It's an Ultra Ball. That's okay. But I do need a rare candy at some point. You aren't that big of a deal. Yeah, I believe you aren't that big of a deal right now to us. There's nothing that they have in play that can really KO us. So... Ooh, wait, this might help us here. Please give me something like a Boss's Orders. Boss's Orders, we do get the Arven too. I could get the Arven for rare candy and get these guys set up. Or I could just go boss that Guardy. And I kind of like that idea. counter catcher. Fez again. Okay. Are they going for an attack here? I guess so. With this, they are going to be moving 3 off of it. And this is where that... So in my case, I did use the 50 HP Pidgey. This is why the 60 HP one is very important. Because he's going to move 2 onto... Well, he could have moved 2 onto here. And then Adrenabrain 3 onto here. If it was 50, it would have been knocked out. I guess they're going to set up on Charizard EX here. Yeah, it looks like they're setting up here. Buddy Buddy Poffin. It's a Buddy Buddy Poffin. Get a Duskull. Oh man. I think what we need to do, and I don't really like the idea of doing it. It's doing Arven to grab these 2. You can at least get a Pidgey evolved. Now we have Air Balloon to retreat easily here. I think I go for Charmeleon, just so it doesn't get knocked out. Alright, take the knockout there. I'm sure we're gonna get knocked out with Screamtail, or what's the other one it has as an option? Drifloon. One of those 2 are gonna knock us out here. Drifloon can definitely reach those numbers. I think with 7 it's enough. It might be 8 that it needs. We'll see though. Getting the other Monkey Dory. Although maybe you do run 3. Oh, you do run 3. Okay. I was wondering if they ran a 3rd Dark Energy there. Okay, they're going to knock out this way. If we get the Charizard EX in, we knock this guy out again, though. Could also knock out with... Ooh. Dusknoir. Dusknoir knocks this guy out. The Mew. They would have to put something in, and we can knock that out with the Charizard EX. They're moving all the energy. 110. It would be doing 180. That's 290. Plus the 2 on here. That is enough, I think. 60. Yeah, 340. Yeah, they would be doing 340 right now. Trying to find a way here to get the Dusknoir out with the rare candy too. We need the rare candy and the Dusknoir. Let's put up Pidgeot for now. We also want to get another Charmander. There's the Charizard EX, okay. We want the other Charmander, so we can start setting him up. Oh wait, are we missing the other Charizard EX? I think it's prized, okay. We have 2 rare candies. We only have 1 basic fire energy. So I don't want to play Charizard yet. Do I just grab the rare candy now? Thin it out a bit, maybe? Because I do have supporters that could grab it, so maybe I grab the rare candy. And I mean supporters to grab the Dusknoir. So let me do that. Flip the script. Okay, that doesn't get what we want. We could Iono, potentially. Let's do this first, at least. We only get one energy onto here. Put that there. Do I set up maximum belt? Tempting just to have it out there right now. Yeah, let's do it. Can do the 50. The 50 doesn't really help us anywhere. Genome hacking is just gonna knock us back out. And there's a lot of stuff that needs to go right for us to win. The Iono would help us. You know, let's set up the Dusknoir just to have it ready so we can turn it into a Dusclops if need be. And I think we just Iono. Get them to a lower hand too. Yeah, let's do that. That way they have maybe less outs for the following turn. Okay. Rare Candy's nice. Retreat for now. Let's take the knockout. And I think we probably win the prize race. There's the other Charizard EX. Okay. What could be really bad for us is an Iono right now. If they get an Iono, we only go down to 2. And then I think we only have the 2 rare candy left in deck. No, we have 3, I think. That's a Lily's Clefairy. Are they going to use the Lily's Clefairy to knock us out? No, there's a Screamtail. Okay. Screamtail can knock us out. I think they have enough energy. 7? 7 would put 140. So they also need... I believe it's... I forget what the name of the cape is. And that would give them enough HP to do it. To knock out Charizard EX. But the 2 Monkey Dories aren't enough to put energies on anything to knock out. Well, they could knock out the Pidgey, but nothing else. Let's see what they do. All those going back. What did they grab with their secret box? Okay. Bravery Charm, that's what they needed. I was thinking Luxurious Cape, I just realized, which would be a bad idea for them. Because then we would just take 2 prizes from that knockout. Enough for the retreat, okay. Into Screamtail, right? You have 7, you're going to put the Bravery Charm on here so you can do the 300? Is it 330? Or sorry, 140 doubled is only 280. Hold on. Well, 280 plus the damage I guess they're putting on here is enough. Which is... Oh, wait. Ooh. Not enough. Right? If they're only doing 280, that's only 310. They need more energy. I think they need 1 more energy. It'd be 160 doubled is 280. No, 160 doubled would be math. I can't I can't math. And also I forget they only have 140. Forget it only adds 50. Luxurious Cape though would have been helpful. Because that gives them 100 and that's more than enough space. Am I doing my math right? That's why I don't like playing Gardevoir. The math is always difficult. You have to memorize the numbers at that point. So if they get to 120, doubled is not enough. What are they going for? Ah, the Fez. Okay, okay, I see it. I do see it. Fair enough. But I mean, we just boss for game, do we not? We're hitting more than enough. Yeah, boss for game here. And we can just pull up Guardy or Fez and we get the knockout. Let's go ahead and do that. Fez. 300 damage. That is game right there. They almost had it, I think. It turned into a prize race towards the middle of the game, though. But good game. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so they just chose heads. Let's see what it lands on. Okay, so they're going to be deciding who goes first. Hoping it's me, so I can evolve real quick. Okay, we're going first. That's good. I like to see that. Charmander. And we pass. I don't think I'm going to play Cleffa. Okay, Goldango. I'm going to attach and pass. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna play the Cleffa. I can get Charizard EX out next turn. Funny enough. I probably do that. But then I have nothing to continue on with. I think ideally that's still the right play. There's a Miraidon. Okay. Let's see what they're going to do. Iron Hands EX, maybe? Iron Hands EX and the Joltik. They don't have a way to switch out yet, but they could get an air balloon, swap out, and then use Joltik to power up. Yeah, there it is. Yep, that's what's happening. And they're going to power up the Iron Hands EX. And I think they're hoping that I don't have a way to evolve the Charmander. But unfortunately for them, I do. So no turn 3 donk? Yeah, no turn 3 donk. Let's go ahead and grab Maximum Belt. Actually, yeah, let's go for the Maximum Belt for now. We're going to evolve that. We're going to grab the energy from the deck. That way we can thin out. Also, double check here. We really want to get some cards out. Artisan would have been nice. And they just go for knockout. Not the best start, but it is a start nonetheless. Boss's orders would be very nice right now. So we can go for the knockout next on... Well, I guess it... Yeah, no, it would be knockout because we have our Maximum Belt. Do we have knockout on him? 180 plus 50 is 230, actually. We do have knockout on the Iron Hands. So, I mean, ideally, next turn we just need a setup. That's all that needs to really happen. I think next turn, discard Cleffa and Fire Energy for something. I just don't know what yet. It's an Arvin. Does it... Do they have... What could they have? They could have Maximum Belts, but probably a Prime Catcher for this list, right? Pokegear, another Air Balloon. Air Balloon on Miraidon? Pheasantipity? The other Goldango that's going to be coming out at some point? It's going to be one of the two. I'm going to get hit probably with an Arm Press. That way the Goldango can clean up faster. And amp you very much. Okay. Not what as I was expecting. We get the boss. Yeah, we do have knockout on it. Let's get rid of Cleffa, Fire Energy. Let's start getting stuff here. You know, let's get another Charmander. Set up this guy. We're gonna put back just the Fire Energy. We're gonna Iono. Get them down to 6. It's one less, but they also have less cards that they probably wanted. Go for Buddy Poffin. Yeah, let's do those two. And that for good measure. Let's go for the 230 knockout. And they don't have anything else set up. But their Goldango does have an easier chance of knocking this out right now. I don't know why they didn't go... Wait, oh, they don't have the energy for Arm Press, do they? No, they did. Why did they not go Arm Press? 160. That is a bit of an odd one. They did just get 2 extra energy right now. So they definitely have 100 damage coming. They need to hit 40, 50. 40 would put me at 320. So yeah, they need to hit 5 energy on me. They have 2 in hand. They still have a coin bonus. Oh, they're barely doing it. Okay, for some reason I thought they did it the first action. There's an attach. What I could do as an option right now, Dusclops knocks out one of the Goldango. That means then our Charizard does enough to knock out the... Sorry, Gimmighoul. And then Charizard does enough to knock out the Goldango EX. That all depends on whether or not he knocks out my Charizard, though. We'll see here. Boss's orders. Okay. Would he be trying to pull something else up if he doesn't have enough energy? He's gonna get his other Goldango out. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, actually, one of them just got played this turn, didn't it? Yes, it did. Okay, it got benched. So I could still knock this out with the Dusclops. Does he have enough here? He has 11 cards. We know he has 2 that are energy. Oh, that gets enough. He can draw those 3 there. That's 5. That's exactly what he needs to knock us out. Okay. Okay, so then we need to get another Charizard EX in play. He takes 2. We will be doing 240. We Dusclops for this Gimmighoul. Then we can do enough to knock out the Goldango. I have 1 rare candy here. I need to double check how many rare candy I have. Let's put up Charmander. That's a Super Rod. That's good. We can put back the energy and maybe the other Charmander. First, let's Arven. We have 2 rare candy. I'm going to grab that air balloon. Alright. Evolve Pidgey into Pidgeot. Grab the other rare candy with Quick Search is what I'm going to do. Other rare candy. And then Ultra Ball away. Charmeleon TM Evo for Charizard. Okay. Evolve this guy. I don't have the Duskull. Did I mess up there? I think I might have. I think I could have just gone for the Charizard play. I think I dropped Air Balloon on there. Let's get back the Charmeleon. Charmander. Energy. Yeah, because I need that Charmeleon for later. Maybe even the energy. Maybe the Charizard EX. Let's see that. No air balloon, just gonna do the 240. We can knock it out the following turn. Not ideal. But yeah, things are gonna have to happen here for us to win. Let me go back and see what I played. Did I misplay here? I Arvin for the rare candy. I could have just gone Charizard EX. No, I didn't have Charizard EX in hand, did I? No. So that was the play, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. If I had Charizard, that would have been nice. It would have made this play a bit better. But I had to get the Charizard with the Ultra Ball. There needed to be another way for me to get the Dusclops to knock out that Gimmighoul. But we can still knock out this Goldango with that. How many does he have in hand right now? That would be a total of 6 right now. He needs 7? He needs 7. Out of 14, he probably has it. I would be surprised if he doesn't. Let's see. Does he have it? Okay. Probably has it, yeah. Because you got 4 from here, the 2 there is 6. It's all down there. How many superior has he used? He's used 2. Okay. Gonna put up Pidgeot. There's an Iono. Love to see that. Drop Air Balloon. So it's not in the deck anymore. Iono, him down to 2. That is not great. But I do bump his stadium this way. I can get Pheasantipity this way. Try and grab it from here. No, I thin out first, maybe. Yeah, let's thin out. Grab another Charmander. I'm trying to get... Can't evolve it immediately, I just realized, because I'm missing the other rare candy. I'm trying to get Charmeleon. There's not an easy way to do this, because I've used up 3 of my rare candies. Yep. That was a bit of a misplay on me. I should have saved rare candies. Let's flip the script. There's a Charmeleon. We have an Arvin. Let's thin out the deck a bit. Let's see. I hope this sticks. We're gonna both be down to 1 prize. Put this here, knocks it out. This needs to stick. Counter catcher, Chiyu. That's not helpful. You're gonna pass. Hope it sticks. If we get the Charizard next, well, I mean, we have to get the Charizard with quick search here. We are able to win, but let's see. That's 7 cards. They're thinning. They need to get 6 energies. So that would be a superior energy retrieval and Lavinica. Oh, they have it, don't they? That's 2. Do they have the superior? They have the Earth, and that's 2 more. That's 4. Not enough yet, but they also need the attach. They also have the attach. Hold on. But hold on, that's still 4. They have the superior, they have a total of 8. More than enough, even after the attachment, which is 7. This gets them the superior, right? There it is. That's game. Oh, we were close. We were very close. We needed that that Iono to stick, but the draw on that Goldango just helps it way too much. That's a good game. GG. I'll take the loss. That was a good play, though. I was hoping that we could stick, but I used up those rare candies way too quickly. I should have maybe evolved one of these Charmanders into Charmeleon first. I think if we did get that Dusclops play out, maybe we could have won. There's a lot of things that we could have changed in this game if we had been a little bit luckier. But here it is. Knockout. How many did they actually draw this time? 350. It is the 7. Good game. Good game. Okay, they're going to be going first. Hopefully. Okay, we did get a good supporter. If we're lucky, we can maybe even TM Evo. There is a mulligan. What the heck? Alright. This is probably a Joltik box or something similar. Maybe it's Goldango. Could be Goldango. It is Future Box? I think it's Future Box. Okay. Well, it's probably a Future Lightning Box since there was so many Lightning Energy. Most likely focusing on Iron Hands EX getting knockouts, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're focusing on getting knockouts that way. There's a Lavinica. Restart. Honestly, I think this deck usually wants to go second, does it not? So it can go Peak's Acceleration, power up that way. Maybe get a knockout on the baby Pokemon. That's what I was under the impression of, but I guess not. Go there. You know what, let's get Fez. We're not gonna get an energy, unfortunately, to evolve this. Buddy. Let's get Air Balloon. We can Iono next turn, I think. Charmander Pidgey. I want to hold on to the balloon for now. Yeah, we didn't get any energy, unfortunately. So just burning the Evo is fine. I guess we could have gotten rare candy. That was an option. There's Peak Acceleration, possibly. Just single attach over there. Let's see if it gets all 4. Oh, it's just 3. Okay. The Peak Acceleration does 40. Okay, they're expending 3 electric generators. It looks like they hit. Okay, there's powered up. Do you have your... I forget what it's called. The item card. Future Boost Energy? Yeah, they do. And they get the knockout here. Maybe should have gone rare candy. We still have Fez, though, so we could go flip the script for the knockout. There's a Zekrom. Oh! Okay. That was a choice. There's a Chi-Yu. I'm going to drop this here. Evolve you. Iono? Interesting. Okay, we got Pidgeotto. We have an energy. I think I just drop it here. You know what? I'm going to play the other Charmander. I could retreat, but it is damaged. So I'll just leave it there. I'm actually very surprised I didn't go for the Ampu very much. Actually very surprised. I guess they maybe want to go for the knockout on this, but then why not find some other way to do that? This Zekrom I haven't seen too often. Prime Catcher, okay, there's the Ampu very much on that. I'm trying to read the Zekrom game. Let me see here. Attack does 50 more for each prize card your opponent has taken. And then it does 30 to itself. Gotcha. Okay. That should be an easy knockout. And it's not powered up, so there's that. So knockout on that. I think we put up this Charmander since it does have the chance to retreat. We could also... I forget, does this? To your bench Pokemon. Okay, so if you don't want to knock this guy out immediately, ideally we knock out the other Iron Hands instead. So these energies aren't getting moved anywhere. So let's go ahead, flip the script. Hope we hit either Pidgeot, Arven, or Rare Candy. We can get Pidgeot though. Let's, do I get rid of Artisan? I kind of want to get rid of their Lavinica here. I can get rid of Buddy Buddy Pop and then the Charizard. I see that. Let's get Pidgeot. Also, let me do a quick deck check. Okay, we have those. That's fine. So we get this up. Quick search. We're gonna get our Rare Candy. And we have 4 energy. Okay. We're gonna evolve you. We're retreating you. But we're powering up this Charmander and obviously the Charizard. Okay. One here, here, and here. I think I need to attach the maximum belt to knock out, right? No, I don't. Maybe I hold on to it. Let me grab Dusk. Pidgey? Because I could see them maybe bossing up and knocking it out. Let's see that. I kind of want to hold on to maximum belt. I don't see a reason to attach it right now. Unfortunately, this does mean he's going to get to move this around. He gets to move 3. Yeah, it's going to Zekrom. I wanted to bring up one of the other Iron Hands. This powered up one, at least. 2 counter catchers. The Rhydon comes up. If he doesn't get knockout, I'm going for boss on Zekrom. No, actually, maybe boss on Iron Hands, because if he does... Well, actually, he's not running Iron Crowns, which boosts damage. Okay, never mind. As I say that, one goes down. So it's doing 80. That's still not enough, even with an Ampu very much. But does Zekrom knock it out? I've taken 2, that's doing 230. He's doing 80. It's still not enough. But if I take something out, it will be enough. So maybe I go for the Zekrom KO. He's going to power up this guy. Probably. Yeah. All right. He's also only added... no, it's only 2. What am I saying? I thought it was 3 for some reason. All right, we got a Charizard. quick search. We're looking for a boss's orders. We have how many? Just the one left. So one is prized. We're gonna go for Zekrom. Is that the right play? Yeah, it is. Go for that. Go for the knockout there. I think we got game. As long as we don't get Iono. There's another boss. If we get Iono, it's a bit of a problem. I don't know if they have knockout here. Their Ampu very much is only doing 140. The other attack is doing 160, 180. Even with another Iron Crown EX, it is not doing knockout. Let's see what they do though. But yeah, that Zekrom was a big part of their way of winning. Because if we knock out something else, their Zekrom has knockout each time on us. It looks like they're going for arm press. But I guess we have game here. I think we have game. I don't think there's a way for them to deny us a knockout. Unless they go for an Iono. No Iono. Iono was, I think, their best way of getting out of this. Yeah, we get game here. GG. 240 for the Iron Hands knockout. I was, as long as we got that Zekrom, I think we were going to win. But GG, nonetheless. And so that was Charizard EX's deck upgrade. Well, not this one, but including the changes that the top 4 player made to his Charizard EX deck. Essentially made that League Battle deck a world-class deck. Granted, he probably has had a lot of practice with Charizard EX. So that's another thing you have to remember when you're playing this League Battle deck. Practice makes perfect. So you can't expect this deck to be overpowering every single other deck out there the second you pick it up and upgrade it. You have to practice it. And hopefully you can get to that world-class level like the top 4 did. Anyways, it's been fun doing this upgrade. This deck came out probably earlier this year, and I've just been kind of waiting on it to really make it. I've been kind of like slacking on it, but there are a bunch of other League Battle decks and other decks out there that I do want to upgrade. So if you want to check when those come out, definitely get subscribed so you can catch those when they come out on the channel. Anyways, as always, stay safe and thanks for watching.